Welcome to Local 4 News Over Coffee, live from the DeWitt Community Library. It recently underwent a renovation and expansion itself. We'll get to that a little later in the program. Let's focus on DeWitt as a whole. Its population grew by 9.9% from the year 2000 to 2020. That makes it the fastest growing city in Clinton County. We'll begin our conversation with Mayor Pro Tem Steve Hasenmiller, former Mayor Donald Thiltgen, who just retired after 22 years, and City Administrator Steve Lindner. Thank you all for being here, first of all. Let's talk about that growth. We're talking about 9.9% over a period of 20 years. You were mayor during that time, sir. What do you think has drawn so many people to DeWitt?
Well, DeWitt's a great community. And over the period of time, I could attest a lot of different people have come in. More recently, just before the pandemic, some guy was visiting the John Bloom paintings in the office, and all of a sudden he knocked on the door, came in and shook my hand. He said, "You guys are doing it right here. You guys are doing it right. You have got a great community. I just love this community." He shook my hand again, and it's like, well, you know, it's not just me. There's a lot of other people around here that make it a great community.
And I imagine it's very easy to get to know your neighbors in a community of 5,500 and a very nice downtown that you have here. More people certainly moving here means they do need a place to live. Can you tell us, what are the Iowa Mutual Lofts?
Well, actually, Iowa Mutual Lofts are right across the street here. It's a very much needed apartment building. DeWitt lacks affordable housing and just housing in general. We have that going on, and we've got a few more apartment buildings going to be coming in online. We just got a new subdivision started west of town again to create some more housing. So,
is it surprising to see the need for that kind of development and actually to see it come to fruition?
It's been a long time coming to fruition. We've had a lot of subdivisions proposed over the years, and they have not come to fruition, but this one finally is going to happen.
And what kind of additions are we talking about when we look at those new developments coming? How much housing do you expect that to bring to DeWitt?
The housing subdivision that Steve's talking about on the western edge of town is a smaller one. It's 13 lots. Those are larger lots with larger homes and outbuildings. But there are a few others in line coming up too, so we can look to have 20 to 30 lots developable in the next year to two. So that's a pretty good progress that we're making as far as providing housing opportunities for folks that might want to move here.
Mr. Mayor, you left office now recently, but what's it like to see that type of growth? You know, not just in the people over 20 years, but now to see actually the investment that's being made and bringing new housing, the apartments across the street that people that are coming here.
It's phenomenal. You know, and it was really, really hard for me to make the decision to finally step down after almost 22 years, because that growth has continued, as you pointed out, over the period of time, and DeWitt's continued to grow and flourish. We're doing, I believe, all the right things. We've got good people in our government, our council, our city administrator, and it continues. And so it was really, really difficult for me to step back, and it's like, it'll continue, the momentum's there, and I can feel comfortable in that it's going to continue that growth.
Do you feel good about that in the Mayor Pro Tem position, saying that? And how long will you be in this position?
Yes. I don't know. I highly doubt if it'll be 22 years. I've been on the city council for 22 years. I actually took Don's spot on city council when he had. But yes, the growth is definitely needed. I see it continuing to go on. Things are planned out very far in advance and stuff. So, yeah.
I understand there's also a need for senior housing. I don't know which one is the best one to answer this question, but what can you tell us about this new senior living community center? Who's the best one for that one?
Well, we have a 92-unit assisted living memory care facility being built by a partnership between Wellspire and Genesis. That's also on the west side of town. It takes a long time for such a thing to be built, but you can see lots of progress now. The buildings are getting enclosed for winter work, and I think it's supposed to open by the end of this winter, February, March 2022.
How important is it to see that kind of investment and to see that and to fill the need, certainly?
Yeah, very important. We, like many Iowa communities, have an aging community. The county is aging, so a place for those folks, a safe and nice place for those people to live is great. Keeps them in our community and in our county.
And how long ago was that initial interest brought to you by Genesis to finally get to this point? Was it been years in the making, or?
It's been a decade since discussion about their future expansion plans to change from the West Wing nursing home that they have now and currently operate to where they are today. Different ideas of where it would be, how it would be set up, and but finally, over the last couple years, the final planning and the actual building has started. So
Sounds like a serious upgrade too from what they have to what will be.
yeah, it'll be a beautiful addition to the city. Look great. Again, on one of our, it's a residential street, but it's well-used residential street, so it'll be well seen.
All right, we are not done with these three yet. So far, we focused on the positive. We will switch gears in a moment. How DeWitt has navigated through the pandemic so far. On Local 4 News Over Coffee continues from DeWitt.